and welcome back to the Crypto Hulk program. We have a massive program today. I'm going to show you how the biggest leaders, and I'm talking the biggest of the biggest leaders of traditional finance, are now in cryptocurrency at the early stages. They're setting up this platform that you need to understand is going to end up taking over like the world of finance. I don't care what the crypto prices are. I heard they're cheap, and that's when I start buying stuff I never could afford before. Just because now it's like a 50, 60% off sale, maybe more in some of your cryptos. What I'm going to do here today is show you fundamental news. I'm going to show you the foundation of the future of finance, the 3 Fs. No, not find them, fuck them, and forget them. It's the 3 Fs, the financial foundation of the future, okay? Names that I'll drop would be BNY Mellon and Blackrock. Probably, arguably, one of the top 2. I mean, you got BNY Mellon as global custodian of the world. That's not a big deal, huh? And you got BlackRock, 13 trillion in assets. Nobody's bigger than them. That's not a big deal either. I'm going to go over what they're doing and what crypto they're using to do it and how it's only like 8 cents right now, okay? Oh, Crypto Hulk, I'm going to wait till it's like at least $1 or 2. I literally had a friend who told me, I'm not getting XRP until it hits $5. This was many years ago, like 5 years ago. Yeah, it's not quite. Once it starts hitting about $5, then I'll start. Well, right now it was 2 minutes into the show, and YouTube decided to pull the plug on the show. They don't want you to see this, everybody. They want you broke. And they realize this Crypto Hulk guy, he's got all this evidence no other channel has. He deep dives and investigates and finds this stuff. We've got to slow down and throttle this Crypto Hulk channel. I'm telling you, it's what they do. Stephen Morris, Hulk, what you going to do about Maxine cheating on you? Oh, God. Well, hopefully Maxine can go get distracted by somebody else. Will E. Ski, good morning, all you badass cryptomaniacs and ringleaders. Mr. Hulk, keep this train moving as I'm strapped in. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy, Steven, about crazy Maxine. It's going to lead me to a story to, of course, not a story about Crypto Hulk, but I used to know this guy, and when he was in his 20s, he could, like, pull bitches. But sometimes you pull the crazy ones. I wouldn't know from personal experience. I'm just telling a story. But there's this one that it's just, you know, I'm sure nobody is in their 20s listening to this, or early 20s. So it's kind of like when you hook up with a crazy one, guys should know if some female comes up and likes you way too much at first, oh, that's the crazy right there. Like, that's not normal. So those are the ones you avoid right off the top. Ones that like you too much, too quick. Oh, no. Like the ones where you meet them at a pool party in the summer, and the next thing you know, you're trying to bump uglies about an hour later in her house because her mom's not home and shit, and you're 21 or you're 20 years old, and you know how it is. But damn, and then you get right to it. You're right there, and you're almost ready to pound the pavement jogging, as they say. And then you kind of like back out, and you're like, nah, I shouldn't do this. And then she comes at you with a knife because you didn't poke the porridge. And I'm like, my friend's like, what? So this bitch is chasing this young 20-year-old around the house on the inside with a knife, trying to kill him because he didn't pound the porridge. And this 19, 20-year-old guy is like, what the hell is wrong with this chick? It was all fun, giggles, and playing in the pool and playing grab ass and shit and peekaboo and all that shit. And then you get to the house and you almost get right there to it. And then the guy's like, fuck, I shouldn't do this. And then this bitch gets mad, grabs a knife, and is chasing you all around inside the house, trying to kill young Crypto Hulk. After a few passes around, you go from the living room to the dining room, through the kitchen, and like you're making a couple trips around, and each time he's looking at that front door. How's the locking mechanism work? I twist that one. Do I slide that? Next trip around, because you're trying to stay ahead of this person with the knife. In about 2 to 3 trips around the downstairs, you figure out the locking mechanism. You open up the door and bolt out, just swiping knives to try to kill you. And you're booking it down the street. And then she makes it out about 100 to 200 feet chasing you with a knife. And I'm just running like Forrest Gump. Man, the younger days, what we did just to try to have a little companionship was not good. So remember, not the free shit. The free shit always costs you the most. Don't go for the free shit. All righty. Good morning. Good morning, you. That's Will Esky. I read that one. Okay. Run, Hulk, run. Robert Driscoll, the knife sharpener fund. Oh, man. And it was crazy, man. Like, I'm sure I was 19. And she was like gorgeous. I didn't think she was that like fucking psycho, though. But it's like when you told her no, she was like, she turned her head or something sideways, maybe. I'm serious. And she's like, no, but why? You don't like me? And I'm just like, oh God. And then something happened. I don't know where she got the knife. And then but I do know that she was taking swipes at me, and I'm running around the inside of the house trying to get out. She got mad. I never heard of shit like that before, where you say no and then she's ready to kill you. Crypto Hulk could have been dead at 19 trying to get some free porridge. Okay. That's shit. I learned after that, no more free shit. No. That's why I don't like airdrops in crypto. No airdrop. Don't airdrop crypto. I don't want shit. I want to pay for shit. Let me pay in a store or something like that, right? Yeah. But chick was a narcissist. That was scary. I still remember that. That was traumatizing, man. That crazy fucking lady. My friends lived in a kind of richer development, and they had a pool, like a community pool, and people were there. My friends were on vacation. They said, hey, Crypto Hulk, here's the pool key. You can go play in the pool, man. There was like, it was all right there. You know what I mean? The quality of the beef. And, but it just got, I still remember that day. I learned my lesson. Shit, man. Okay, you guys got to quit coming up with distracting stories. All right. Copy and a paste. Oh, Stu Lavelle, I have a horse racing article we're going to go over here in a minute. So don't go nowhere. Stu Lavelle. BNY. Okay, here we go. Okay, back to work. Enough reminiscing back in 1990, or I think it was 1990 when I should have, maybe 89, 90. I was 19 or 20 then. They were good years, but they were dangerous years. Crypto Hulk has learned to slow his roll. Let me tell you, that's faux show. BNY Mellon starts feeding digital asset reserve accounting to blockchain. Okay, what is going on? Let me break it down. The biggest custodial bank in the entire world is in the blockchain. They're going to be they're working with Blackrock, the biggest investment company in the world. Okay, that's fucking huge already. Now, what's BNY Mellon doing? They've developed a platform of secret crypto. Don't tell nobody. And what they're doing is they're sending out the prices on, I don't know, every minute, every second, whatever it is. They have, I'm going to say, a system of oracles. Some people might want to call it Chainlink. Now, BNY Mellon is a partner of Ripple, and Ripple just happens to be a Chainlink partner. And that's what Chainlink does. It has oracles, and Ripple's using Chainlink from what I'm going to believe to be for the Ripple Liquidity Hub to send out price oracles constantly of alerting people on how much is left, how much it costs, how much was sold, just random shit like that I don't even want to understand. So let's read the article here. I'm showing you what is being set up is a global trade with derivatives and all kinds of things. I don't care. Forget about the price. Focus on what the fuck we're learning here. The biggest financial organizations in the world are getting their trading set. This is what they're doing. They're getting set up. Okay, they're getting a setup where their oracles are sending out prices to the blockchain. That's how all this is getting set up. So one day when they sell all this crypto and shit, this is what's going on right here. Let me tell you what, the cryptos they're using are not going to be 8 cents. 8 cents will not be able to do this shit, okay? You have an opportunity now watching Crypto Hawk Show, as long as YouTube will quit shutting off my fucking program. You have an opportunity now. I'm showing you how the future of finance is being set up and who is setting it up. What cryptos are they using right now that are 8 cents, 30 cents to get all the shit done? Because later when they're 5,000 a piece or 1,000 a piece, you're like, Crypto Hawk, wow, man. When all this shit was going bad, when everybody's talking about, oh, the stock market's crashing, the crypto prices are dumping, Crypto Hawk, you were out there grinding out shows, man, trying to show us and motivate us. Right, it's my job. Look, you're not paying me for my awesome, funny jokes, okay? I'm getting paid because I got information that's going to help make you crazy, insanely rich. I got people intermittently calling me that have net worths of $10, $20 million asking me fucking questions. Why? Because I'm a dumb shit, and then they pay me, of course. I don't do that shit for free. Only for you guys. These people don't have time to watch my show an hour, 2 hours a day. But what they do get from my show is research, and I can make a call, or they can call me up and say, Crypto Hulk, I need 5-10 minutes this week. Tell me about whatever. And I'm not going to get into their business. So anyhow, Mark, hey, Hulk, you are the shit. Thank you, sir. Okay, I presume that's good shit, not bad shit. So we look here. The Bank of New York Mellon has launched a digital asset data insights. Okay, data insights. What does that mean? They're shooting out information using oracles. Just letting you know. They're not telling us all this, but I'm just telling you how it's going to happen. Okay, I already fucking know. Data insights product that publishes. Here they go. So BNY Mellon has launched a digital asset insights product. And guess what they do? They publish on and off-chain data to blockchains. That's where Chainlink's coming in. I'm just letting you know. And Chainlink's working with Ripple. The innocuous sounding product is rather important. It's important. That's why we're reading this article. And while not rocket science, it is groundbreaking. The world's largest global custodian will be feeding data about the assets it is administering directly to public blockchain. See, BNY Mellon is pushing out information. How are they doing that? With Chainlink. Let's continue. And other cryptos. The world's largest global custodian Let me repeat that again. The world's largest global custodian will be feeding data about the assets it is administering directly to public blockchains. In some ways, here we go, in some ways, that's better than an audit because it is up to date directly from source. This is massive right here. In the recent past, there's been a lot of debate about so-called proof of reserves. You know how a company has to show that they have what they have? What this is, what BNY Mellon is doing is proving to the world, maybe every second, what they have in the vault. Proving to the world a transaction that occurred so everybody can see a transaction. Now, some of these transactions are open to everybody to see, and some of them are private, okay? Proof for what? Real-world asset tokenization is even more important because the token is often a digital twin that represents an asset held outside a blockchain. So far, now, what we got going on here, let's go to the next paragraph. BNY's solution is BNY's solution is even better. Firstly, the data is direct from source, the actual custodian. Second, it is on-chain, enabling it to be signed and verified. Plus, the data can be used in an automated fashion in other smart contracts. Now, we've got BNY Mellon telling us about this. In this right here, BNY Mellon, look under where it says Blackrock's biddle goes first. Here's where Blackrock comes in. The biggest financial company in the entire world, okay? If you don't know what BNY Mellon is, they're America's oldest bank. If you don't know what Blackrock is and you're brand new, Blackrock is the biggest financial company in the entire world. These two are working together on crypto. Just thought I'd let you know. Hoo-wee. But Crypto Hulk, I don't believe in crypto. It's all scams. You're going to be a broke person. You'll see. You're going to be that person that looks in the mirror and be like, and points and says, you're the biggest financial fuck up I've ever met in my entire life. Because you weren't listening to Crypto Hulk. My name is Crypto Hulk. I'm not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor. I don't know anything about what I'm saying. Before every show, before anything I ever do, I get really fucking high. Snort 3 lines of coke, inject 2 ounces of heroin, pop some e-pills, smoke a little angel dust, and then maybe do a line of crank, crystal meth, just to get a little bump, all right? Those are rookie numbers. The article here is talking about BIDL. That's a BlackRock fund. What is that? It's taking real world assets and putting them into crypto. BlackRock, the world's biggest financial company. But Crypto Hulk, I don't believe in crypto. It's all scam. Okay, shut up, dummy. Enough of that. BlackRock, the world's biggest financial institution, is making cryptocurrency. But Crypto Hulk, I don't believe in it. Okay, would you shut the fuck up? This is the future of finance. And BlackRock is working with BNY Mellon. Here's what. BNY Mellon is the custodian of BlackRock's BIDL. You know what that means? BlackRock has this fund, but BNY Mellon is in charge of protecting it and keeping it safe. So these two are working together. Oh, looky here. You got Fireblocks involved in this. The bank was the first large custodian to enter the digital custody when it invested in Fireblocks. Oh, wait a second, Crypto Hulk. Isn't the sponsor to your show Fireblocks? Well, we have Caleb and Brown as the sponsor of our show. But technically, I'm an affiliate. And Caleb Brown is where I buy my crypto, and you should too, because they use fire blocks. And why is that important? Because I'm trying to be in with all the top banks of the world. And guess what? I am. So you can have that. Look, I have a ledger. I got all my XRP in it and VeChain. Okay. So just saying. But since I joined Caleb and Brown, all my crypto's going into Caleb and Brown's Fireblocks custody solution. Why? Because the world's biggest custodian bank, BNY Mellon, and Blackrock, the world's biggest financial institution, is invested into Fireblocks, and that's where I'm trying to be with Caleb and Brown. Do you not get this? Now, if self-custody was all that, why is BNY Mellon and Blackrock utilizing Fireblocks? Ta-da! trillion-dollar question that you can't fucking answer. Okay? Alrighty then. Let us continue with the article. Let me check some comments. I was a little overwinded on that little last rant. Just showing you facts, people. I want my crypto to be stored where BlackRock and BNY Mellon has their crypto stored. That's what I want to do. Now, you could use some kind of little $100 crypto device, wherever the fuck it is. Hey, that's great. Good for you. I'll give you some thumbs up as long as you're happy. But where I'm going to store my crypto is where the multi-billion-dollar companies are storing it, okay? They're not using private ledgers, like little nano things and all that. They're not doing that dumb shit, okay? Just so I put that out there so you know. No need for you to get butthurt. But Crypto Hulk, it's air gapped. Nah. And David Schwartz says, nah. Okay, you know what? Then just go with what you think, okay? I'm going with what the world's biggest banks are going. You can go with some fairy tale shit. That's fine, okay? I just want you to be happy. Mama said you're special, and oh, she was right. That's why you're on that short bus every day. I'm so freaking bullish, says Stu Lavelle. This is what's supposed to happen. It's here. Pain is good. Oh, you're going to feel pain. I want you to feel pain. Welcome to the pantomime, he says. Stu Lavelle gave 20 people memberships. Oh, man. Richard Merrill, Crypto Logic, Tiffany Young got memberships from Stu Lavelle. Then we got Hazy, Susan Scrogger, Crazy Man, Crypto Clive, David Rags got memberships by Stu Lavelle. Yanni Rocks, Crushing Life, Can't Get Right, Robert Simpson, any relation to Bart, David Johnson. The guy's like, dude, I've been here. Okay. 24 minutes into the show, YouTube shut it down twice already. They're right on the average, about 15 minutes. Crushing Life got membership by Stu Lavelle, Can't Get Right, Robert Simpson, David Johnson, Maslow's Son, The Wise One, Mike Too Fast, T. Jaws, Patrick Lawrence, Nins Rai got another membership for free. Rafael Garcia and Jocelyn Leisure Cornejo got a membership. And that was all the 20, right, Chair? Ricardo Oliveira says, can you transfer crypto already bought to Caleb Brown? Yes, as long as they sell what you're trying to transfer. So the best bet is call your broker up once you get an account and tell them what cryptos you have. Something, see, look, Caleb Brown can only store in, like, look, certain cryptos only go into certain wallets. Got it? So you can't have some kind of crypto they don't even sell because they don't have a wallet for it. Why? Because they're not selling it. So call your broker up. All righty then. XRP Flea. Thank you for the tax-free donation there, buddy. Okay, so we got done with this article. Now let me show you all the proof to this article. BNY Mellon, Ripple partner. They use the XRP crypto. If you're brand new, buy that crypto on my Caleb and Brown link. Next article here. Let me show you this. This article reads, BNY Mellon to bolster digital solutions. They acquired something called Milestone Group. I'll read this article very briefly here. The Bank of New York Mellon Corporation, this was about 3 years ago, entered into an agreement with Milestone Group, a leading provider of fund management technology. Let me skip down to the third paragraph. They've been working on this now 4 years, and they finally got it right, okay? By acquiring Milestone, BNY Mellon will advance the digitization and automation. This is what we're talking. That's what we're just talking about with BNY Mellon and Blackrock, sending out the oracles and having a platform and letting everybody know the prices and how much is in your reserves, all these information. This is what BNY Mellon was working on with Milestone. BNY Mellon bought Milestone, and here they are 4 years later, okay? Now, we had to get rid of Joseph Biden, the president of the United States, because he was holding all this stuff up. By acquiring Milestone, BNY Mellon will advance the digitization and automation of core accounting and asset services, delivering increased accuracy and timeliness. It also will expand BNY Mellon's digital offering and core capabilities, adding OCIO services, cash allocation, and fair value control solutions to the existing suite of NAV solutions. So, net asset value, so NAV. So what we have here in 2021 shows the article that we just read. BNY Mellon has been working on a platform that has solutions that all the other platforms can join and buy and sell and trade. Now, Chainlink is involved with Ripple. I already showed you that Ripple's a BNY Mellon partner. And Ripple joined with Chainlink. We don't know exactly when. Just because this article shows us, just because the article says January 2025, Chainlink could have been linked up with Ripple 3-4 years before, okay? I know how all this stuff goes. Ripple sometimes waits 5 years. We've gone over this before with different articles. Here you have Ripple and Chainlink by adopting the Chainlink standard. This is what Ripple's saying. By adopting the Chainlink standard for verifiable data on the Ethereum blockchain, Ripple is enhancing the utility of the Ripple Labs US dollar across the on-chain economy. Talks about Chainlink price feeds are now live, providing a secure, reliable. So that's what BNY Mellon is using, is Chainlink, Milestone. Now, the article talked about Blackrock because they're obviously partnered up with BNY Mellon, and BNY Mellon's the Ripple partner. And guess who's also a Ripple partner? Blackrock. Well, not exactly an official partner, but here's your evidence here. Ondo Finance. That's a crypto you need to buy on the Caleb and Brown sponsor. ONDO, Ondo. I'd highly recommend buying that particular crypto because they're working with Blackrock. Now, in order for Ondo to work with Blackrock, they need a company called Axelar as a bridge. So here's your evidence with that. Now, what's good to know is that Axelar is a crypto you can also buy on Caleb and Brown, my sponsor. All these cryptos, they're involved with the world's biggest companies. These are like no-brainer crypto suggestions. These are suggestions of cryptos that you should probably maybe buy because you've got XRP involved in BNY Mellon and Blackrock. Ondo is involved with BNY Mellon, Blackrock, and Ripple. Axelar is involved with BNY Mellon, Blackrock, and Ripple. Caleb Gilmore gave 5 people memberships. One of those people was Adam Duncan, Boomer Bill, 918 Gardens, Dubes, and then John Vucci. All those people got memberships by Caleb Gilmore. Here's your article right here. Axelar is a Ripple partner. Look, what I'm showing you here, I don't care what's going on in the market as far as price. What I'm showing you here is what are the biggest investment companies in the world doing. People, I want you to focus. Rocky says, YouTube gave me the boot. F you, YouTube. Yeah, they'll kick people off my channel. They'll unsubscribe you. They'll make it where you can't give donations. Oh, yeah, speaking of donations. If you're somebody that watches my program and you honestly don't have any money for a donation, and maybe you don't even want to give a fucking donation, how about this? Instead of having karma coming back and kicking you in your ass, how about if you do this? Like every program, in the comment section, just write the word comment. Save this video to your favorites on YouTube. All this costs you no money. And then the biggest thing I want you to do is pick like 10 videos or more and then put them in like a big old playlist and then hit play every day. Let those commercials run through. And what that's doing is the algorithm, okay? It's showing people are watching the show. I'm noticing the watch hours on my program go up. So those numbers are going up. And that algorithm is flexing, okay? So as you're watching a free show today, and as you watched a free show yesterday, and for the past 5 years, 90% of my shows are free, and you're learning how to become a millionaire, billionaire for free, please do all the things that I suggested there, because I'm trying to do my job, being part of the solution rather than part of the problem. Part of the problem is all the selfishness and greed in the world today with companies like YouTube trying to turn my program off. I'm trying to help people come up. They're trying to help you go down. So it's pretty obvious with the comments in the section. YouTube's fucking with everybody because they don't want you to see this program. So I'd like to be like a good old F you, YouTube. This program's staying on and we're going to grow and fight every single fucking day. That's what I've had to do for 5 years. Every fucking day for 5 years. All right? So yeah, just if you never give money, then do what I'm doing. Help people. And the way you help people is by doing all those things I just said. It doesn't cost you any money. And if I had 470 people are in this room right now, if all 470 were doing that, that would be absolutely wonderful. All right, now we go to the next article, which is about horse racing. So this one is a Stu Lavelle special. I know that Stu Lavelle is interested in horse racing. He told us in a comment once here. This is weird. welcome back to Crypto Hulk. Third time the program is shut off. We're at 35 minutes, starting over again. All right, horse racing, the latest real world asset tokenization. Well, we have our race horse leases. Okay, you can have a lease on a racehorse. Vera is called VARA, Vera Licensed Tokenization Marketplace. It's called Tokenvest. That's TOKINVEST, announced a deal to tokenize financial interest in thoroughbred race horses. It was appointed as the tokenization partner by Evolution Stables. So if you guys are interested, there's Tokenvest and then there's Evolution Stables. Those are two companies you might want to look into. A New Zealand startup that is structuring syndicated leases based on New Zealand horses. Tokenvest was keen to emphasize they are not NFTs. They involve real-world asset tokenization of financial securities. Often, investment in horse races is as much about fans engaging with a sport that they love as it about the possibility of making money. Tokenization is disrupting the ownership model. Typically, a syndicate of people will get together and buy a young horse that's trained at a well-known racing stables. Hence, they have to fork out additional expenses before the horse participates in races. Evolution Stables is disrupting that approach. Instead, it will take horses with some racing track record at the start of their careers and offer 1-year lease, with the token holder getting part of the earnings for that year for a fixed price. Evolution Stables partners include Woburn Farm and trainer Stephen Gray. Ownership models in this industry haven't changed or advanced in years. They still work well for existing participants, but with an aging ownership base. And the next generation of investors is looking for digital-first solutions. The time for change is now, says Adrian Stanley, owner of Woburn Farms. So I wonder if Stu Lavelle even knows what I'm talking about, because I don't know anything about this stuff. The interest is here. People want to invest, and with New Zealand being the perfect breeding ground for world-class bloodstock, the opportunity is clear. But barriers like limited access, liquidity, and knowledge have always held back growth. Let me skip down to the bottom now. It says, we're going all the way to the bottom 2 paragraphs about Tokenvest. Now, I'm going to show you who's invested in this, okay? Scott Thiel, Thiel. I wonder if he's related to the PayPal guy, Peter Thiel. It might be related. You might have a PayPal's cousin, brother, whatever here. I don't know. But Scott Thiel is the CEO and co-founder of Tokenvest. The lawyer previously led DLA Piper's tokenization platform. Listen to this. As part of his role at DLA Piper, he was on the governing board of the director of Hedera. That is the HBAR crypto. So Scott Thiel, who used to be on Hedera's board, is a director of this program, okay? So think of HBAR. Next, Tokenvest raised $500,000. They used a company called ArchAx. ArchAx is a Ripple partner, okay? Just want to show you this right here. Here's some evidence for you, and I'll wrap this up. Here's the Hedera Council. If you want to know who makes Chainlink or HBAR, you've got Aberdeen, Australian Payments Plus, BitGo, Chainlink Labs is mixed in there, Dell, Denton's, Deutsche Telekom, Google, Hitachi, IBM, LG, Nomura, Shinhan Bank, Standard Bank, Tata Communications, WorldPay. There's Ripple partners all throughout this, but that's the Hedera Foundation. See, Hedera would be a great choice in a cryptocurrency because look at all these multi-million, billion-dollar companies. These are all part of a crypto company. The Hedera Foundation. So to me, that's a pretty good list of partners right there. So that's your Hedera. Now, here's your evidence. Ripple partners with Archax, and Archax is in with that horse racing. So there's that one. Now, Archax is mixed up with Algorand. Let me show you this. Right here, Archax is working with Aberdeen, ABRDN. That was in the list of Hedera. The very first, if you looked at the Hedera partner list, Aberdeen is the same one. That's the same as this Aberdeen right here without the vowels, okay? But Archax is a Ripple partner, and Algorand's mixed up with that too. We know that Ripple is a partner with Algorand directly. Here's the evidence for that. All of these cryptos are on Caleb and Brown. I'd highly suggest you pick them up. You want to get with cryptos that are tied in. And you got Ripple joins Hedera and Algorand. We know that Archax is in there. The whole Algorand or the whole HBAR Hedera Foundation. This is so massive. All these cryptos are tied in. These are all the cryptos that you should seriously consider getting. Let me check the comment section. Stu Lavelle says, can you imagine one token you need to enter gambling? Oh, wait. Moto J81 says, I swooped on it. Let's go. You know, what we're looking at here is, like I told you, all of these cryptos that are good are coming together to work together, all right? So all I've seen the past 5 years, the past 4.5 years, is this crypto's working here, this crypto's over there. Now what I'm seeing is they're all coming together and they're intertwining and they're starting to work together. Because this crypto does this, that crypto does that. I want you to see all this is coming together while all these dumb shit channels that are focused on price increasing. You notice how these channels are getting wrecked. My channel is actually growing because we go over fundamentals and all this price. When the prices dump, these other channels get wrecked. Why? Because that's all they're based on is hype, right? All this other channels are hype. And that's what this channel is about. It's why people watch this show, because I'm showing you not hype price stuff. That's never been on my show. I don't go over the Ripple trial. I don't go over hype news, okay? But that's all these other channels do. They try to, like, they don't go into detail. I go into detail. Right now we're at 45 minutes. These other channels go like 10, 15 minutes. And then it's like, go watch my other channel. Go watch my website. I'm like, wow. As people, look, before we go on to the next article, I've been telling you now about 4 to 5 years, we need to have a black swan to just destroy the global economy. I've been waiting for this. This is nothing that people are like, oh, the economy, oh, the stock market, oh. And I'm just like, it's about fucking time, right? About fucking time. I'm so sick of this shit. I am glad the black swan is here. You all should right now be happy that we're at the end of the dumb shit, okay? The governments are now starting to form crypto laws, crypto regulations. The biggest banks, investment house, I'm trying to show you what's going on. The biggest banks, investment house in the world, they're all coming together because that switch is going to get flipped on. We have to have a destruction of the global economy. Think about crypto. What the fuck is crypto for? To replace the current system. Do you not get this? This is the best time. I don't care about prices. That shit doesn't concern me. The only thing I care about price is I want it to go low so I can buy more. Because this is where it's going. Everything is going to dump. That's what I've been teaching for 5 years. I've been expecting the whole global economy to crash for 5 years. When all these economies start crashing, dumb shit people that watch dumb shit programs on crypto, they start getting worried, afraid, and they start selling off their crypto before it crashes even farther. And that's sad. Because these same people, what's going to happen is the banks are going to come around and whoop, swoop it all up. And you'll be like, no, Monica. That's what a lot of people are going to do. Millions of people. They're watching. The news channel is the big, they copycat each other. These are all central intelligence, and I can't say agency, psychological operator. I've watched it. The news people say the same fucking key phrases. They're being told what to say to scare you. That's why my channel, they fuck with it constantly. Every 13 to 15 minutes, they turn my show off on average. I'm expecting another one in about the next 5 minutes. That's just what they do. The cryptos that I'm telling you about, you've got what? The biggest custodial bank in the world, the biggest investment house in the world, Blackrock and BNY Mellon. I'm showing you right now what the biggest of the big are doing. I don't care what's going on in the news. I focus on fundamental. What are the biggest fucking things doing? What are they doing? It looks to me like they're acquiring crypto and getting crypto set up. They're not running from crypto. They're buying it. They're getting their little platform set up so they can sell it to you after you get done being scared. It's going to be too late. That 14-cent Hedera is going to be $1,000, $3,000. And you'll be like, holy shit, Crypto Hulk was right. And by then it's too fucking late. You're going to look in the mirror. I want you to point and say, you're the biggest fucked up financial person I've met in my life. Because you listen to the news over Crypto Hulk. That's your fucking problem. Rocky says, Coinbase just limited me on how much USDC I could send to Caleb Brown for the first time. Wow. Coinbase is butthurt because we got Caleb Brown. I'm telling you, I don't hook up with no dumb shit company. You know, you got other people on YouTube with this link to who's being investigated for felony theft and stealing customers' money and all that shit. And these other YouTube people supporting Link 2 as their sponsor. I'm not going to mention their name. You know who they are. But they're all like, oh, yeah, I can't talk about it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're only being investigated under like 17 felony counts. Oh, but they didn't do anything at all. I'm like, wow. Scrim de la creme. I used to panic on massive market drops. Now I follow Cryptoholics' advice. Ignore price and focus on the right cryptos. So what I do again is we read about the biggest bank investment type companies in the world and what are they doing? That's what I'm looking at. What's BNY Mellon and Blackrock doing? Well, they're working with Chainlink, Ondo, Axelar, XRP. These are all cryptos you can buy. And if you really want to get technical about bridges, I'm going to show it. Well, let's keep going. Well, fuck, how much time do I got? 9 minutes. Okay, I'm going to squeeze out this article really fast, all right? I'll give you the short version in less than 9 minutes. This one's massive right here. I'm showing you what is going on in crypto. I'm showing you what's going on. And there's massive adoption. Right here, you have a fund distribution firm. It's called Calastone. 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 Listen to what they can do. Listen to what they can do. Now enables any fund to be tokenized. Oh, shit. This is where it's going, everybody. They are right now, while all of you are terrified from all the fake news and all these fake YouTube channels and stuff trying to scare the fuck out of you and all that stuff, we focus on what are the future winners going to be. And right here, Calastone is enabling any fund to be tokenized. That's when you take a real world asset, tokenize it, and turn it into a crypto. That's what tokenization is. Carlyle-owned Calastone has launched its Calastone tokenized distribution offering to enable asset managers already using its platform to tokenize any fund on blockchains, including Ethereum, Polygon, and Canton. Now, Canton is, we're probably going to lose the channel here. Canton is like Chinese, okay? It's a very strong Asian connection. We all know that Ripple and China are partners. I've already shown you all this, okay? Canton is mixed up in this, but you do have Ethereum, Polygon, and Canton. Let me show you something here. I'm going to throw in Stellar as a crypto you should seriously consider because Stellar has something called Allbridge, and that fits right into this story here. Allbridge is by Stellar, and it's a bridge for what? Ethereum, Solana, Celo, and Polygon, okay? Now, if I go back to this article here, they're talking about Ethereum, Polygon, and they probably didn't mention Solana and the Celo. This is all a Stellar bridge right there. So Stellar is also into this, which they're not talking about, which I'll talk about it. And they're using something called Canton. Now, hold on a minute. Let me do a little search here. Let me try this. Oh, wait a second. Canton network. Okay, I'm just going to show you this right here. I can't find the article, but I'm going to just throw it out there. Okay, here's this article here about Red Date. R-E-D, put a space and then date. Red Date technology. This is like Chinese, but you got Singapore mixed in. We all know that there's the Ripple Singapore. And let me show that one here. Hold on a minute. Okay, go to the 19-second mark. Well, not quite. Maybe 20. Okay, 2 minute. Go to the 2-minute, 16-second mark in that video. 2-minute, 16-second mark. What do you see? You see Ripple Singapore. What that is 2014. Ripple had with Singapore a crypto exchange, a dollar exchange, gold, silver. They had securities, commodities, basically a Ripple liquidity hub. I'm showing you 10, 11 years before Ripple will even like show it, okay? So this is the information no other channel has, part of it. Now, I showed you here about Red Date. Red Date's out of Hong Kong. And if we look up Crypto Hulk, so now we got Singapore is linked up with Ripple 2014. Let's look up Hong Kong. So go to the video I just sent you about Hong Kong. Go to, let's see, what second? Go to the 21-second mark for the Hong Kong movie or video. 21 seconds. It says largest Ripple gateway in Hong Kong. Ripple Hong Kong, copyright 2014. Okay, so I just clearly demonstrated to you with evidence that Ripple Singapore 2014, there's a big crypto exchange. Then I just showed you Hong Kong. And if you keep watching the Hong Kong video, right after that is Ripple China. So we got Ripple Singapore, Ripple Hong Kong, Ripple China, all with evidence that no other channel has. Ta, thank you very much for the tax-free donation. And what we're looking at here is Red Date. We go back to Red Date. Who's that? Red Date is a company that's mixed in with DAML or the Canton network. I don't have the evidence for that. I'd have to look at my other computer. But and then you got the UDPN. Ripple's all mixed up in this stuff secretly. This is all Chinese stuff, all right? That you're not supposed to know. But that's what this Canton Calistone is working with this. Now, at the very bottom of the Calistone article, let's go to the very bottom of the Calistone article. It talks about a smart contract-based fund token ledger, Canton. Now, in this Canton network, you've got 30 global banks that are the biggest ones that are all members of Canton network. Look right here, because I'm going to show you something amazing. I'm going to show you something amazing. You got Goldman Sachs, Deutsche Bank, 30 global banks that pretty much are all Ripple partners, like 90% of them are in this thing called Canton network. Now, let's look here. What is this whole Canton network? Well, it's like an Ethereum replacement, okay? Let's look right here. This is a DAML page, DAML. Canton, what is Canton network, Crypto Hulk? Because you got 30 of the world's biggest banks joining Canton, Crypto. What the hell is it? Canton is a DAML, D-A-M-L ledger. Interoperability protocol. Oh, and we know Ripple's all mixed up in this secretly with the Chinese, Singapore, and Hong Kong. Ripple's all quiet, along with, let's not forget, XDC. Canton is a DAML ledger interoperability protocol. Parties that are hosted on different participant nodes can transact using smart contracts. Oh, written in DAML and the Canton protocol. Now let's look here a little deeper, and we see that R3 Corda, oh, that's a Ripple partner from back in the day. Ta, thank you very much for the tax-free donation. It says, I've been waiting to catch a live from Australia. Well, you are here on the best channel. At least I try my best to show you all the connections. You got, here's the article here. Cointelegraph says, smart contract language DAML, D-A-M-L, is now available on what? R3 Corda platform. Well, Crypto Hulk, I'm only here to make money off of cryptos. So what do I have to care about an R3 Corda platform? What crypto are they going to use, Crypto Hulk? Well, if you look here in the article, R3 Corda platform network is set to go DeFi with XDC digital currency. There you have it right there. XDC. All that stuff we just went over is all about XDC crypto. And that's like 8 cents. You can buy that on my Caleb and Brown link to my channel. Here's your last article. Crypto market makers called Flowdesk. They joined the Canton network. Here we go again. Flowdesk, a cryptocurrency market maker, has become the latest participant in the Canton network. Now, who's in the Canton network? At least 30, probably 40 or 50 of the world's biggest banks are members of Canton network. They use a smart contract called DAML. It's not Ethereum, it's DAML, D-A-M-L. And what crypto are they using? Not Ethereum, it's XDC, okay? It tells you right here. And they're working on what? The derivatives market. What is a derivatives market worth? $3 quadrillion. And if you take 3 quadrillion, divide it by 37 billion XDC, you come out with an $80,000 XDC. Now, Crypto Hulk, what if you're wrong? Okay, let's say if it's not $80,000 and I'm 90% wrong, it's probably worth about $4,000, $5,000, or $6,000. And if I'm 99% wrong, you've got XDC at probably $1,000 each, okay? So let's just consider I'm super 99% wrong. I have no articles. I'm talking out my ass. I would probably guess XDC would be at a bare minimum of $1,000. There you go. And that's me being 99% wrong. Maxine Waters. Hulk, sorry I'm late. Did you tell a story about me earlier? I was young regarding that knife incident. Oh my God. Oh man. MK_P. Jeff Gandy was gifted a membership by MKP, Eric Wallace, eTech Connect, Textured Puma, and then PM Stacker. Those 5 people got memberships by MK_P. Yep, Maxine, it's how it works. I hate to kiss and tell. Oh my God. That reminds me. I think right after I think I was 18. And I don't want to tell that story, but this girl just lived like 2 blocks down. I never really talked to her that much in high school. One day I was just out taking a walk. She was in her front yard, and I'm not going to mention the rest, but I'm like, damn. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know what the hell happened. Like, I think once I got out of high school, I turned into Deuce Bigelow, male gigolo or something like that. Because shit, stuff got crazy. A lot of guys remember it starts in high school. With me, it was like when I graduated. Then it was just like pulling them like that. I know I had a nice car, a really badass Trans Am. Maybe that was part of it, but I don't know. It was crazy. Those were the good old days. Well, they weren't so good. I don't want to say that. So thanks for the membership, said Jeff Gandy. You knew Maxine at 18. Oh my God. Gotcha. Been there, done that. It's getting tough. All righty. I think that'll do it. Yeah, we're at 1 hour and 7 minutes. That's a wrap. Well, I went over enough good cryptos. Real world use case. I'm showing you what the biggest banks and financial institutions are doing. Rocky says, booted twice today. The FUYT. We ain't going nowhere. Crypto Hulk's the best in the business. No one even comes close. Thanks for all your hard work, Hulk. Okay. So yeah, there you go. Like, I just showed you what these big behemoths are doing. They're hooking up. And I showed you what cryptos they're hooking up with. Those are the ones you probably want to focus on. My name is Crypto Hulk. This show's over. And if I can find enough news, I'll make another show at 5 o'clock p.m.